What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Y&R, Mariah and Tessa. I don't. If Mariah keeps up with this foolishness, I really don't see how her and Tessa are gonna last as a couple. Because when Tessa was in Tuscany, I could see the chemistry between her and New Noah. And they definitely had some chemistry, and you could tell Noah was basically feeling Tessa, like the way he was talking to her and he was acting. He got some feelings for that girl. Um, you could tell like residual feelings are still there for him. Um, if Mariah keeps pushing, Tessa away, I don't see them lasting. You know, the whole time Tessa was in Tuscany, she kept trying to call Mariah, and Mariah kept sending her the voicemail, kept bleeping her out, like just not taking a phone call. And I really felt bad for Tessa because when Tessa got home from Tuscany, Mariah was not there to greet her, nor did she even pick her up from the airport. Like, just nothing. You haven't seen her in days. Like, anybody else would have been home just, ready to rip, their girlfriend or boyfriend's clothes off and get down to business. You know what I mean? Especially when you haven't seen them in a few days. Not Mariah. Mariah ass was over at the Chancellor Mansion checking on that baby again. I'm like, this relationship is going downhill. It really is, and I feel bad for Tessa. Like she's really trying to be a support system and be there for Mariah, but Mariah is doing way too much at this point. Like she keep making these knee jerk decisions, talking about, oh, we need to have a baby. I got so much love to give. If you got so much love to give, then get it, adopt the damn puppy or something. Now is not the time to be having no child. And she takes it as Tessa saying no, she doesn't want a baby, and that's not what Tessa's saying. Tessa simply was saying, let's wait. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, y'all are living out of a damn hotel suite. That's not a place to raise a child. You got to find a much stable, suitable home. Whether that be a condo, an apartment, or a house. Furthermore, they're both still in the beginning stages of their careers. Tessa with her music career, Mariah working at Jabot. It's like, why don't y'all get in a more better place with your careers first? It's never going to be a right time to have a child, but I do agree with Tessa. Now is definitely not that time. Because having a baby really is a big responsibility. And I felt like Mariah was listening to Tessa, but she was not hearing what Tessa was saying. Like she was listening to react, not listening to understand. You know what I mean? And Mariah needs to go seek professional help. I've been saying this. Like Mariah really needs to go to therapy because she sat there telling Abby that the reason she didn't go to Tuscany was because the baby had a cold, but she didn't go to the house because she felt like she would be overstepping. So if you felt like you would be overstepping, then you should have hopped on the plane and went your ass to Tuscany. I mean, you stayed behind mainly because you were like, well, the baby got a cold. I don't feel comfortable leaving. But you didn't even go over there to see the child. So you could have went to Tuscany with Tessa and actually enjoyed yourself. You know what I mean? And then she talking about she didn't want to go to Tuscany because, she didn't want to have to pretend to be happy. But then in the next breath, she's telling Abby and Devon that, she had some time to reflect and she's in a much better place now. She's very confusing. I'm like, if you were in a much better place now, you would be happy. You would genuinely be happy. And you would have went to Tuscany if you were in a much better place. It just seems like her emotions are all over the place. It's like she's telling people what she think they want to hear, trying to reassure them that she's good. Clearly you're not good. Like you need to really go see a therapist. She does. She needs to go see somebody because she's bouncing. Her emotions are like a yo-yo right now. It's up and down, up and down. Get it together, Mariah. Um and the crazy thing is she keeps dropping off breast milk, and I could have sworn that episodes prior to this, Abby told her that they were switching from breast milk to formula. And Abby once again had to tell her, we're going to formula. I'm like, I know I'm not in the Twilight Zone because they kind of made it seem like this is the first time she's heard of Abby switching to formula. I'm like, I could have sworn she'd been told her that. See, this is what I'm talking about. Mariah just don't be listening. Like, she just keep doing what she want to do. Um, And this obsession that she has over this child, it's not healthy. I understand that, she bonded with the kid and stuff while, she was pregnant with him. That's to be expected, but she's taking it way too far. You know what I mean? Like, relax yourself and go get some help. Like, I really hope that they do something because I feel bad for Tessa in this situation because she's trying her best to like hang in there with Mariah and get her mind off this baby stuff and get their lives back to normal, but it's gonna be a long road for that. So anyway, moving on from that, I am so over this Chance situation. Like, I'm ready for Abby to go on ahead and file for divorce. I really am. I'm ready because you could tell Devon is frustrated. Like, he says like little motivational stuff, to Abby to make her feel better and stuff. But you could tell he irritated by the fact that Chance is not there. Even Victor was irritated by it when him and Ashley were talking. As much as he liked Chance and stuff like that, he was irritated. Like, Chance has missed everything so much. The pregnancy process, the birthing of the child, like he's missing so much with this kid right now. And I think it was selfish on his part to even take a case knowing that Abby wanted a baby and that they were in the process of making that happen. Um, and for him to take this case or whatnot and be gone for damn near a year now, it's ridiculous. You've missed a lot. So Devon, I feel like at some point need to step up because he is technically the biological father of this child. I think he should step up and take legal responsibility for Dominic as well. Um, him and Abby need to have that conversation at some point because that kid is going to need a dad. And since his legal father isn't around, then his biological father is here. And we all know that, Devon always wanted kids and stuff like that. Um, and Devon is getting, pretty attached to the child too. The only thing is though, he's not obsessing over the child. He's not, he doesn't have this obsessive behavior like Mariah does. His is different. He's just there whenever Abby needs him or whatever to help calm the baby down, and he's good with the kid. You know what I mean? So I think at some point they need to move that along and get Devon in the child's life permanently. um See, that's why I couldn't do stuff like that, being like a sperm donor or nothing like that, because to know that you have a child biologically that's here in the same town as you, but legally you have no legal responsibility for the kid, I couldn't do that. That's just too much, and on top of that, I think she made Devon the godparent as well. I feel like that's just too much. Like, I would have to step in and be a part every day of the upbringing, the raising of the child. I couldn't do no foolishness like that. But I feel bad for Abby because she feels like she's alone in this, even though she has like her family, she has Devon, she has a great support system behind her, a nanny. Like, she got this great support system, but it does not, it's not the same. She needs her husband there. You know what I mean? But I don't see Chance coming back no time soon. So at some point she's gonna have to make some major decisions about her marriage. And the status of her little family. Like, she's gonna have to start thinking about that soon. Um and that's not a conversation nobody really wants to have, but it's gonna be one that's necessary at some point. Um so moving on from that, Chloe, I don't understand Chloe. I really don't. She has a fashion platform on Newman Media. She's running it. She has a husband. She has two children. You would think with all those responsibilities, you would be too busy to be so nosy and all up in other people's personal business. Like, what business is it of hers to know what happened in Tuscany between Adam and Sally? And I'm glad Adam told her it's nothing for you to concern yourself with. Basically, he was politely telling her, mind your damn business. Like, you don't like Adam, so why are you all up in his business? You barely know Sally, so it's none of your business what they do or what they're not doing. It's focus on you. And I'm glad that they shut it down. They didn't give her no information because she's too nosy. Mind your business. Um, this whole Lauren situation, I was so irritated with Lauren. I'm like, Lauren need to stop the foolishness. Like, she's sitting here telling Sally, "Oh, I thought that you at least still respected me enough." I'm like, Lauren, this has nothing to do with respect. She does respect Lauren, but at the end of the day, she has no loyalty to Lauren because I mean, not loyalty, but the fact is she doesn't owe Lauren anything. Lauren fired Sally. And I agree with Adam. At the end of the day, business is business. You did nothing wrong. And it's so true. Sally did nothing wrong. At the end of the day, Victoria is a grown woman who made a decision. And we all know that Victoria didn't even like the dress that Lauren's designer created for her. She hated the dress. And she loved Sally's design, so that's the one she went with. It's all about taste and style. She went with the one she liked best. It was her decision. So if Lauren is going to have any questions for anybody, why not go to Victoria and ask Victoria what she hated about the dress? Which, because leading up to the wedding, Victoria really didn't like the dress. She even told Nikki that she wasn't enthused about it. It didn't have a wow factor. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't dazzle her like Sally's dress did. So that's the one she chose. It is what it is. Business is business, and that's what Lauren needs to understand. I mean, me personally, I don't always agree with Sally's tactics, but I do like Sally because Sally's a hustler. She's a go-getter. You know what I mean? She's willing to do whatever she got to do to, get herself out there, put herself on the map, and I don't blame her because at the end of the day, you got to do what you have to do. Nobody's going to hustle for you. You have to hustle for yourself. And that's all she did. You know what I mean? Business is business. It wasn't personal. So Lauren needs to get over it. And tell her designer just to create a better outfit next time. So you have to do. Now I do understand the advice that Lauren gave Chloe because she basically told Chloe to watch your back. I do agree. I mean, Chloe better watch her back when it comes to Sally because trust, Sally will fuck you over if she feels she has to. She will. Um, so Chloe might want to take heed to that advice. I'm just saying. I really do like Sally and Adam as a potential couple. I really do. I think they could be hot together. Um, I understand Adam being hesitant about getting involved with Sally because for one, she works for him. Two, he, just got out of a situation with Chelsea and that whole Sharon situation. So I can understand why he's not really ready for nothing serious right now. I get it. But he need to calm down with all that attitude that he be giving Sally. And he mainly got an attitude with her because he was mad at Chelsea. Because Chelsea calls him about, Connor's schoolwork and whatever, and they're not on the same page about that. Because he's not consulting her when it comes to Connor in school and all this other stuff. So she's upset with him about that, hanging up in his face. Adam tried to, make it right because Devon basically told Adam, make it right. Just start including Chelsea more in the parental, decisions when it comes to their son. So he called her, he apologized. He was like, I'm going to consult you more on it, and she hung up in his face. I'm like, whatever. I have a feeling though when Chelsea does come back, it's going to be some mess between her, Adam, and Sally because I have a feeling Chelsea is not going to be happy seeing him and Sally being all close and chummy and stuff. She's not going to be happy about that, so it's probably going to be some drama. And I can't wait to see how Sally's going to handle Chelsea because we know it's going to be an explosion. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.